Boker Tov, good morning. It's great to be with you this morning. A sunny day, a cool day, so you know I'm not complaining. And it's Friday once more. It's like Friday. And so the girls are 4 weeks old, doing great. Friday is one of those relive the nightmare kind of days just because it says so on the calendar. But this morning, Ellis got up too early, but got up and was ready to go to camp and didn't give me a hard time and had a smile on his face and ran right in. Actually, didn't even give me a hug. And he was happy as a clam, which is, the mornings that make things a little bit easier. And the girls are good and I'm okay. And so here we are. So I talked a little bit about this week's portion on Wednesday with Wisdom Wednesday about, Ellis's lesson about the ant, but seeing ourselves as grasshoppers and knowing what that actually means and what does that feel like. There's this idea about a grasshopper. If somebody said, I feel like an ant, like the whole world is just going to step on me, perhaps maybe that sounds really bad. But being a grasshopper, I don't know, if I look at my little science brain son, he might say a grasshopper has the ability to camouflage. This is like one of his favorite ideas and concepts. A grasshopper has the ability to jump out of the way if something is coming or getting in the way. And a grasshopper isn't so freaky, scary, doesn't invade your house, that kind of thing. And so this portion reminds us about standing between self-image and God's image. The physical and the spiritual, the ordinary, extraordinary, the mundane and the miraculous, both sides call you. Right? You see yourself as you see yourself. You're called to see what that is for yourself. And then we're called to see the godliness in ourselves and in others. And so as we stand in the midpoint of our own lives, what we see and what we should see, maybe we should say that, we're called to integrate within ourselves what is yet to be. And so Moses, as a recap, Moses sends out one scout, one man, of course, one person from each of the 12 tribes to the land of Canaan. And 10 of those 12 come back speaking out. And it's doubts, it's fears, it's, I don't care really about what the people say. It's good or it's not good. Not really looking at the potential impact that it might have on the people. They come back and they're like, you know what? The land is flowing with milk and honey. That's why on Shavuot we eat dairy. It's one of where it comes from. And even though It's a land flowing with milk and honey. Oh, it's beautiful and wonderful. It is also that they report that the military is unconquerable. There is no way. So as they come back with these reports, it's wonderful. Oh, the land is flowing with milk and honey, but. It's not, we use the word but and we use the word and. And they're not always interchangeable. But we try to interchange and make more ands instead of more buts. That's how it goes. So the people start hearing about this, that we're not going to be able to conquer it, that they're too strong an army, it's not going to be good for us, whatever, and panic ensues. And so Caleb and Joshua, not contradicting the information that is reported, but they disagree just a little bit. And they say, you know what? Everyone needs to be called to action. Their response reveals the lack of belief in themselves. We cannot attack that people, for they're stronger than we. The men, it says, are of great size, like they're giants, and we look like grasshoppers to ourselves. So what must we look like to them? And so some are reporting this, others are reporting that, and some additional information. But we stand in a place where we're never really sure what it's going to be like. We see ourselves as we see ourselves, and the world sees us as how they see how they see us. So life has been crazy for all of us, for the world. People that watched the debate last night will know what it feels like to stand and look at yourself in the mirror and question, what am I doing here watching this? I was texting with someone who's Bonnie, and she said, are you watching? It's like, it's an embarrassment. And then I said, well, Hazel's doing this, and Goldie was, facing the other way. She was in the bassinet. She was like, she's got the right idea, not watching. But we're watching, we're watching to see the world unfold, and we see it through our own eyes, and we see it through the eyes in which others see us in that space and time. So many people come to this place in the year, and jobs that are, around the school calendar are coming to a close. Changes in family life, graduations from school, end of the year activities, kids are off for sleepaway camp, day camp has started mostly with the remaining balance on Monday. Parents are worried, people are worried about the near and distant future because we never feel prepared, right? We never feel prepared. Just like one scout from each of the 12 tribes didn't feel prepared, but they went there to see what it was going to be like. They came running back with their reports. And so life takes significant preparation. But no matter how prepared we think we are, transitions are challenging, especially when there's new territory, especially when we're uncertain or we're unsure. We're not really knowing what's going to happen, either in the situation or just how we might react to the situation. And it comes with physical, emotional, social challenges for us. But how we see ourselves is really the key to our own success. Someone could tell you you're the greatest thing in the world. We're the greatest thing in the world. Our scouts, our tribes are the greatest thing in the world. They know that we can conquer it even if it seems unconquerable. But if you can't see it yourself, even with unlimited or limitless potential, until we can see it through our own mind, eyes, heart, soul, it's difficult. Often we see ourselves as too small, too weak, too fragile, just as our ancestors did. We question ourselves, will we ever really know the true strength and potential of our own self? It's true, on the journey, as people, we tend to shy away from change and challenge and difference because, well, nobody likes change. Nobody likes challenge. I mean, there are people that like challenge. That's not fair to say. But if we believe that we're too small and fragile and weak and don't have the capacity and the ability, the truth is we will never attain the dreams and the hopes that we have for ourselves. Perhaps if the Jews didn't push forward, they too would be stuck somewhere. With every hardship that we come across, there are two options. There's one, run backwards, and there's another, run forward. And sometimes we find ourselves in the midpoint of that. But Caleb and Joshua had this faith that was different than the other 10, making 12 total. Faith itself pushes us, takes us a long way. We can prepare ourselves. We can believe that we prepared the ones that we love for everything. But trust and faith reminds us that we can do great things and we can do hard things. We can dream great dreams. We can aim higher. We can love ourselves, meaning coming face to face with our own truth. Walking through the truth and walking through the fear, and at any given time, finding ourselves in the light of the God spark that is igniting your soul. Sometimes people stand in the shadow, and sometimes they need to step aside. And sometimes those that stand in the light get too bright. We got to humble ourselves. We have to have the drive, but don't let the ego get in the way. Just show up to experience the fullness of your light. May you see yourself not as something small and fragile and weak, but may you see yourself the way God sees you, the way we see you. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you. We look forward to seeing you tonight at 7:30 as we welcome Shabbat together. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. Have a great day, everybody.